Almost a quarter century has passed since the doors of Pennhurst were finally sealed. Through the intrepid courage of residents and their families, advocates who worked at the institution, judges, and concerned citizens, the world changed for the significant benefit of all. Today, these buildings, like the people they once housed, are beautiful and inherently useful. However, the structures are neglected and decaying. The struggle of our time is to recognize and reject our collective tendency to discard and throw away, whether discarding the challenged and disabled or the beautiful and historic. The buildings of Pennhurst still have a fascinating and critically important story to tell. These stately structures are a standing symbol of a significant struggle for liberty, a struggle as meaningful as any in this nation's history. It is our collective responsibility to reclaim the value of this campus, and in doing so, preserve the lessons and the story of the people who were forced to live here. The reuse of this place preserves not only this cultural memory, but will also provide exponentially to the region and local communities' future. Transformation is humanity's finest hour. We are never better served than when the raw materials of darkness are molded into service for the good of all. Through the reuse and redevelopment of the Pennhurst campus, this region will be enriched with great economic and environmental benefits, yielding far beyond anything that clear-cut demolition would afford. However, as we work to preserve this important heritage, we are racing against time. Other forces threaten to level these walls and forever silence the stories contained within these structures. The choice is ours. It was vision and imagination, as well as struggle and determination, which transformed those screams heard so long ago by Dr. Conroy into voices contributing to our society.
It was shortly after Judge Raymond Broderick's landmark decision in Halderman versus Pennhurst. Late one night at home, the judge's phone rang. He answered the phone, and on the other end, a young man said to him, in halting words, "Judge Broderick, I called to say thank you. I've just learned how to use the telephone. This is the first phone call of my life." The caller had lived at Pennhurst and was now living in a group home in a regular Philadelphia neighborhood, living alongside the rest of us, employed and contributing to society. It's been asked if the people who left Pennhurst were better off. That's the ultimate question about America's efforts to do away with big, isolated institutions for people with intellectual disabilities. After 30 years of research, the answer is unquestionably yes. Those people who move from large institutions to small community homes are better off in practically every way we know how to measure. It's one of the most successful social experiments of the 20th century.
The struggles at Pennhurst by the residents and their advocates transformed a very dark chapter in American history to a hugely positive outcome. Their noble efforts eliminated the need for Pennhurst and hundreds of other institutions like it by reintegrating residents into society. In this way, people with intellectual disabilities could enjoy their freedom and liberty, and society could finally benefit from their contributions as full American citizens. In much the same way, the opportunity exists to honor this great accomplishment by transforming the Pennhurst complex into a site that would benefit the greater society of southeastern Pennsylvania. The stonework of the administration building is carved with the image of the dogwood flower, a symbol of rebirth and renewal. Imagine if this complex of important history could be reborn. Imagine if our community could work together to reclaim this place as a center of conscience, healing, and outreach. The Pennhurst Memorial and Preservation Alliance, the organization leading the cause to preserve this historic treasure, advocates the rebirth of the Pennhurst site as a center of conscience, learning, and remembrance. A National Disability Museum and Community of Conscience at Pennhurst will engage ordinary citizens and an ongoing national dialogue on social issues to build lasting cultures of human rights. The Pennhurst Memorial and Preservation Alliance seeks to find sensitive uses for this campus that reuse as much of the existing fabric as is possible. We seek to redevelop the site as a green campus, meeting and exceeding leadership in energy and environmental design standards, and preserving as much open space as is economically feasible. The vision we have for future Pennhurst campus was awarded a design services grant through the American Institute of Architects Community Design Collaborative. We seek to preserve the past while embracing and building a better future for all people. Please, help the Pennhurst Memorial and Preservation Alliance with your support. Help us in the important effort to preserve and share the story and structure of the historical Pennhurst campus. Let the voices of Pennhurst, the important story carried within these walls and grounds, be heard in honor of this past, in honor of those brave people. Help us preserve and rebirth Pennhurst campus now. Visit us at our website, www.preservepennhurst.org, and sign the online petition to support our efforts. Or join us on Facebook to learn more and get involved. Thank you.